it's turned into a lovely afternoon. I was watching the news and got annoyed because as soon as I turned on the news at 12, um, the first thing that was on before the news even started, like there was no, was the announcement from the Josie, Josie, Josie. All right, go see, go see where she's going. No barking. It's the dog. It's the car that's leaving. Go see what the car is doing. No, all right. NASA was announcing the next astronauts that would be going to the moon mission, on the moon mission. And I was just annoyed by there being, 4 men and no women. You know? I know. Oh, NASA says they will have plenty of women. They're going to be attempting to. And I'm like, come on. You could have put one woman. It's just, you know. And all the audience members are applauding and going, smiling, and they're, half women, half women, half women. But there are no women on the stage. No. I'm just annoyed by that. So before I listened to any more news, I just turned it off. Because they seemed intent. Really, guys, can you just shut up? Josie. Josie, you too. In your bed. Get in your bed. Get in your bed. Get in there. At least she listens. Other dog next door doesn't. So, it's silent. There's no reason for you to be barking. Stop it. Stop it. You just encourage each other. The dog is barking for no reason. I remember having neighbors that were irritated by dogs barking, and now I'm one of them. No, I'm not. I am not. But a dog that barks for no reason, that is irritating. Oh, I love this weather. I don't like dry weather. I like humid weather. So I found the news annoying. Didn't have the patience to wait for any more news. Left after 15 minutes of NASA talk. I love anything like that. But when all I saw were men, that was the end of it for me. So I went back to my books, and I've decided to pitch some of my books. Not pitch, but stop reading them. One thing, I ran out of bookmark, and I had 2 books, and 1 book without a bookmark, and 1 book with a bookmark. And I realized I didn't really enjoy the book that I was reading, and I wanted to read the other book that had no bookmark, so I switched the bookmarks and closed the other book. The book, see, I read fiction for a reason. I read fiction because life is realistic enough for me, and I want to escape. So I escape into my books. I escape when I watch things on television. I don't watch documentaries. Rarely, very rarely do I watch documentaries. I watch fiction. And um, despite the fact that this book I switched to was a biography, it's different. Anyway, I read one book that Marianne gave me about a cat. It was an award-winning book. My goodness, it was such a good book. And I read it all, okay? So it was good. It was a Japanese book, which had been translated. And it was lovely, but they're all about cats, right? The books are all about cats because Marianne gives me only books about cats. Um, so first of all, there was the book about the Dalai Lama's cat. Lovely book. I enjoyed that, really. It's from the perspective of the cat. Of course, it was a fictional book. So that was cool. Factual because it was about the cat that belonged to the Dalai Lama. No problem. Okay, good. Or belongs, I presume. I don't know. That one I could handle. The one, the Japanese one, yeah, the cat dies. Okay, the cat. It's about a couple that live in a house, rent a house, and a cat comes in and out of their life. It's a neighbor's cat, but it comes in and out of their house, and they adopt it. And anyway, one time they were looking for the cat because the cat usually spent this time with them and then other time with their neighbor, and wondered why the cat had not been there for a while. And they found out that the cat was dead. The neighbors found it on the road, hit by a car or whatever. I'm not sure what. That's the mystery, is because we don't know why the cat was dead. But it was found dead in the road. You know, lovely story, cute cat, amazing relationship between the humans and the cat, and all of a sudden the story ends, I would say, 3/4 of the way through with the cat dying. Boom, being found dead. Excuse me, I didn't sign up for that. Okay, but it was a good book. So the next book I had was one that I had purchased myself with Indigo cards, and I was looking for science fiction books, usually. Science fiction or fantasy is my preference, but I will read westerns, I will read uh, detective fiction, whatever. I will read lots of stuff. But I had what seemed to be science fiction, and something about the Time Wars. Um, Obviously, I've given up on it because it's not on my table. But I struggled from beginning to yesterday. And the beginning was a couple of years ago. I started reading this book a few years ago. And I just could not. I could not continue. It was too, was it abstract? Was it, yeah, I don't know what, but it was too something. So that was the end of that one. I'm currently reading a Louise Penny Armand Gamache book. That's my before bed book. That one I'm enjoying thoroughly. But these are my lunchtime reading or outside reading books. And so I decided not to read the Time Wars thing. I'll find out the title for you at some point. And then I had two other books sitting on my shelf. One was The Chancellor about Angela Merkel, and the other one was Strays, uh, a real, a true story of a lost cat, a homeless man, and their journey across America. I tried. I don't have a bookmark in there. This is the one that lost the bookmark. I tried. I could read this, but it's real. And it's a kind of story that I don't really care about. I really don't. Remember escapism? I read for enjoyment. When a cat dies in the middle of the road, or, yeah, I don't need reality. I need to escape. I need to go to another world to escape. Okay? These books did not escape. So, and the time travelers, whatever that one is, the war, two mythical beings over time battling each other. And then I get fed up and I read the end, or I read the uh, a summary of it, and I go, oh, okay, that's what happens. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I read the summary. I read another award-winning book. I'm not into award-winning book. Obviously, other people's tastes and my tastes are very different. So I gave up on that one. I could give that one away. Yeah, I could give that one away. This one, obviously, this is the actual cat. This is the real story. This must be the real cat. Lovely. I don't care. Glad they had a happy ending. I don't care. I don't care about the story either. I just don't care. So, the only book I have left is The Chancellor, Angela Merkel's story. This is fine. This is a story where I know what happens, okay? And I don't mind what happens. It's reality, yes, but there is no, I don't know. It's just interesting. It's interesting. Not my usual reading, although the one thing I do stray on is biographies. I have a number of biographies on my shelf. Odd, really bizarre biographies, although some not so odd. I have the story of Steve Jobs, you bet, but I also have the story of Martin Luther and Angela Merkel. Interesting. Okay. And I had given up on this last year at some point because I had other more interesting things to read, fiction, right? But being as my fiction has lost its appeal to me, I've gone back to Angela Merkel, and it's way more interesting than books, the other book, than The Strays. Yeah, so that's why I'm back with Angela Merkel. I nearly bought some books. We were at Indigo in London the other day before our movie. We all wandered through, and I picked up a few books, and I had them in my hands, and I did not buy them. No, did not. So I will when I get some Indigo cards for Christmas for my daughter or my sister, I will buy some books for next summer. But when I run out of book here, I will go back to my digital books. In one ear, out the other. I don't care enough about them. I just want to be distracted. Love the Murderbot books. Those were cool. Glad I bought those. And obviously I can reread them because I've read them all at least twice. But anyway, yeah. I'm thinking that maybe I will see my doctor and see if I can't get some steroids to attempt to heal this strain. I went for a walk this morning. I mean, I do believe I told you 1.2 kilometers I walked. Yep. But I cannot. I mean, I try so hard to retain the upright stature, and still it comes. The pain is still there. So I will maybe talk to him at some point. I'll see what Shaylin says on Thursday. Yeah. I was chatting with my sister last night, and she says she's just looking forward to seeing me. And that's awful nice. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing her too.